Okay. We are officially live. We'll wait a few minutes as people join. Shari, can you see my screen? Are you seeing the website?
I sure can.
Beautiful. Off to a good start.
That's always a good feeling.
Right. Right.
We look like we know what we're doing a little bit.
Exactly. Experienced professionals. I did do one entire virtual with a microphone that didn't work. Apparently it sounded like I was underwater. So if that happens, can you tell me?
Oh, of course.
Thank you.
I wouldn't let you sink.
We've got people slowly trickling in. This is exciting. We're gonna wait probably just one more minute and then we'll get things going. It's always hard to tell, like middle of the day on a weekday. It's not
Hmm.
necessarily the easiest time to join a virtual.
But it could make for a good lunch hour.
It could be solid lunch,
Yeah.
lunch and a show. Okay. Looks like attendance has kind of started to slow, so I think we should get started. Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us. I am Katie Smith and I'm a homeownership counselor at Adair's Crestwell, Oregon office, which means I work in the Eugene, Springfield, and then kind of surrounding jurisdictions over to the coast and south. And Shari, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself.
Hello, everybody. I'm Shari. I work out of our Treasure Valley office as a home ownership counselor, and I cover everywhere from Mountain Home to Baker City, all the way in the mountains of McCall.
Big old territory.
Big old territory.
The house we are showing you today is Adair's Gallatin plan, and this is one of the original plans, I believe. It goes way back to 55 years ago when Adair kicked off this program.
Yeah, like
Uh,
the original farmhouse style.
yep. And I debated showing this one because we have made such significant changes to the base plan, and this was the old spec. But it's such a beautiful house and the homeowner made such great selections. It's definitely one to see. And then I'll just kind of explain the changes as we go through the house. But Shari is going to be monitoring the Q&A function as I talk. Feel free to send us all the questions. We love the questions. So use that Q&A. She'll interrupt me from time to time and we'll get the questions answered as we go. So what you are seeing first is our website. And at adairhomes.com, we've got all of our plans and the current pricing listed. So this is a great resource, a great tool. You'll see with each plan that there's multiple elevations to choose from. And the thing to know here is that these are kind of suggestions or starting points. So for example, if you like the Gallatin plan with the traditions elevation, but maybe you wish you had some cedar shake or a longer covered front porch or what have you. Changes can be made to the interior and the exterior. You're not limited to just what you see on the website. Additionally, if you're not seeing the plan that is necessarily perfect for what you want to do, just know that there are multiple avenues to getting that perfect floor plan through Adair. You can take one of our plans and just highly modify, maybe move some walls, add some rooms, move the garage, what have you. You can go full custom, meaning you drop some plans and send them to us, and we move forward with your plans. Or you can look through our previously built custom homes and kind of see if there's anything in that folder that gets your attention or gives you a good starting point. Shari, anything to add to that?
No.
Nope. Okay. Okay, so without further ado, we'll talk about the Gallatin plan. So this is Adair's 2012 square foot 2-level home. This particular customer did the traditions elevation, although instead of having the garage over here on the side, they put it right in the front of the house. They kind of had some limitations on pad size, and so we shortened up the overall length by moving the garage to the front. Let's look at the floor plan as it currently sits. So I think Shari and I have talked about this before. One of the greatest things about Adair is that they continue to evolve,
Mhm.
which is why they've been around so long, honestly. So, whereas this plan used to have a horseshoe-shaped kitchen and a peninsula, so there was kind of a wall here separating the kitchen and great room. Um, People continued to tell us they preferred the concept. So the plan was changed. The base house was changed to now have just one large open common space room, kitchen, dining, great room, and then an island instead of that, the peninsula. But you'll see on the plan I'm showing you today, it was the older version. And then we have also, so as you're coming in the front door here, you've got this kind of staircase around the corner. The old plan used to have the stairs right inside the door with a coat closet here. So a few changes on the lower level, which I'll point out as you see the video. But overwhelmingly, you come in, you got your common space downstairs, a powder room, and then the primary suite is on the lower level. Upstairs, 3 more bedrooms and a bonus room. And this is, I mean, this is one of the most popular plans that we build. It's
Mhm.
really efficient. It's a really good use of space. There's so many things you can do to it. I mean, we've turned the bonus room into a dual primary. So you could have a dual primary scenario or a loft area, maybe an office upstairs. Shari, have you done anything cool with this plan?
I was just gonna say to piggyback off what you were talking about, us being fully customizable and being able to do whatever we want to our floor plans. Guys, the sky really is the limit, first of all, so just ask. I'm actually doing the floor plan we're getting ready to show, with the front garage. I'm actually designing one right now with a bonus room above the garage and, adding an extra room off the back, so really, we can do whatever you want. I've also taken this one and we're about ready to close on it with and took the bonus room completely out and made a full loft with a bar upstairs and everything. So
Ooh,
yeah, really cool.
I like that. Um, okay, I was just thinking too, you could add living space over the garage on this one
Uh-huh.
and then easily access that from this bonus room.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, I like it. So upstairs on this plan, we didn't make too many structural changes. So you'll see we have the utility room upstairs and another bathroom and then the bedrooms. I am now going to show you the plans for the particular house that we are looking at today. Let's make sure these come through okay, Shari.
They are.
So this gentleman has amazing views out this side in kind of this corner of the property. So you'll see here, we now have the garage in the front. We've got this covered porch area. And then with the old version of the plan, you come into this great room. You're kind of looking at the wall to the kitchen rather than looking right into the kitchen. And there used to be a giant coat closet right here, which we removed to put in a wood burning fireplace instead. Primary suite, no changes. So powder room, primary suite, and then we've got some understairs storage that you'll see. We took advantage of the view, so we added in a few windows, kind of moved the standard windows around to just give as much glass on this wall as possible was kind of the idea. Upstairs, 3 bedrooms, large bonus room, bathroom, and utility. And then with the new plan, the staircase has kind of changed as we talked about. So the new plan would have this open rail where you're kind of just, I think it helps with that open concept feel. So kind of looking in and over the staircase. Whereas old plan, you've got a full walled off staircase.
Yes.
Okay. Questions? Should I go into the video?
I think we're ready.
All right. So our plan, let's make sure the video shows. By popular demand,
Here's
as
showing.
always, we will run through the whole plan without pausing, or the whole video, I'm sorry. And then we'll replay it and pause it to talk about what you're seeing. And then we'll kind of wrap things up with how to go about ordering a house from Adair. So I'm going to play it. Hopefully I have it muted. Yes,
Right. Already love the deck all the way around and the glass wall.
absolutely. Yep. Yep. And there, that wall, I mean, it is kind of cozy. And I do still have a good amount of customers who like that kind of like closed off kitchen rather than the open concept.
Yeah, not seeing dishes right when you walk through the front door. Yeah.
Yeah. That's, that must be for people who keep their kitchen a little cleaner than I do. I think that's good. I love what he did in this kitchen.
Yes. Great colors.
Mm-hmm. Talk more about this as as expected. And then that
And what
fireplace,
they did with that fireplace is so awesome. I would have
yeah,
not thought about that.
yeah, yep, clever. Uh,
Mhm.
I do want to say, so you'll see as we go through this, some little blue tape swatches on the walls, and what's going on there. So this video was taken between the pre-walk and the closing of the house. So the customer has walked through, the superintendent kind of pointed out some things that need, maybe fixed up paint or drywall or what have you. So those are calling out corrections that are needed before closing on the house. Half bath.
What flooring is that they put in there?
I just saw that question pop up. It was a custom floor. Which so we have partnered with Shaw Flooring for our plank floors. And this particular customer went and found another floor that wasn't one of our standard stocked floors, but was provided by Shaw. And then we brought it in for him.
That's
Uh,
very pretty.
it is. It was really pretty. And I'll try to find the name of it. I actually thought someone's gonna ask me what this floor is. I should know that and then did not. Standard trim, but he did add the sills to the window. And this trim has since changed. Our base product has changed, which we'll talk about. This is, believe it or not, the standard tub that comes with the primary bath. So just a big, deep drop-in soaker tub. I love the natural light coming into this bathroom.
Oh, yes.
And then that solid surface in there, really, with the tub, really good combo. Very pretty.
Again, he picked such great colors too.
Yeah.
It's so bright and
Yep.
cheery, in my
Good.
opinion.
I agree. With all the windows and the light
Mhm.
colors. Agreed. He works from home too. I feel like this would be a great, I would be happy with this
Yes.
as my home office.
Oh, yeah, I'd be outside on the deck all the time.
Mm-hmm. We have standard 8-foot ceilings in here too, which I think is nice to see. Um, it seems like lately, more often than not, our videos have all had the 9-foot ceilings.
Mhm.
So old version of the stairs going up. We did do a slightly upgraded carpet on the stairs and the upstairs. All those little blue paint swabs. I remember that. I remember those days. Tape swatches. And a nice open, again, with all the natural light coming in upstairs. I really like it. Closet, storage closet you just looked at. And then the can lights, which can lights are now standard in our common spaces, but he went ahead and added them in the bedrooms as well. So,
Mhm. And
no,
I noticed that he updated the doors throughout the house, which are now the standard door for us as well, so I
yeah,
love that.
I do too. That 2-panel square top.
Mhm.
And the window sills, I think I really like how those look in this house as well.
Are any customers doing tile follow-up? If you have a particular tile brand you like and it isn't Shaw, is that a problem?
Good question. We work with, and I don't know if this is true to Arizona, but I believe it is company wide. We work with Imser Tile.
Mhm.
We have a lot of stocked tile, and Imser also has pretty much everything you can think of. So, um, if you have a tile selected that's not Imser, there's a good chance we could find, kind of the crossover, the Imser version.
Yes, and Arizona's tile is standard in the home. And then here over in my area, and I believe yours as well, Katie, it is an upgrade. I get buyers once in a while doing tile, maybe in the mountain areas where it's wet, but really I don't do it here in the valley very often. It's really just a personal preference.
Agreed. Yeah, I don't do a lot of tile either. I do maybe in bathrooms from time to time, but
Yeah,
luxury vinyl has been kind of where it's at over here.
yeah, agreed.
That behind that closet in this utility room is the furnace, which as a standard would kind of be exposed, and he went ahead and enclosed it so he didn't have to see it when he went into his utility room.
Because where you're at, the furnace has to be in the house, correct? In condition living
Yes.
space? Yes.
Is that true for Idaho?
Nope, we get to
No.
move it out into the garage.
Oh,
I know.
lucky.
Look at that picture window in that bedroom. Holy moly.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, he really took advantage of his views because I love the bonus room as well with all those windows.
Yep. He absolutely did. The property is gorgeous. So this bonus room is going to be the home office.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. Right? Yeah.
I'd be happy.
I agree. And also, I mean, even if it wasn't a home office, this is such a good, big, usable
Mhm.
space. And the garage, last but not least.
I love that they got the garage. A lot of times they don't video the garage.
I know. I always want to look in the garage and in closets. Maybe I'm nosy. I always want to look in people's closets. Show us the closet.
Okay. I love that they showed the view on this one too, just to highlight why he did those windows and the deck and everything.
Absolutely. Okay, let's do it again. This time we can talk as much as we want, Shari.
We
I
were already doing that?
I feel like we can go bigger. So we'll start with the outside of the house. Um, this is all siding all the way around is a hardy board. So standard, we are going to paint it as well. And you'll see they've marked out here the little paint areas that need fixed up too. So that will all be beautiful and perfect before moving. I love that you can see the hose out here, which of course hose bibs are standard with the house. You can move them, add them, hot, cold them, whatever you want. But what I wanted to show is this deck. So what we did, which we can do decks now, but he had us do just the deck ledger here all the way around, and then he actually came in and did his own deck. Shari, anything I should point out about the outside that I didn't talk about?
No?
No? Okay. Um, let's play the video. All right, I'm gonna pause here. Okay, so as kind of talked about, we did bring in that specialty floor from Shaw. This is a luxury vinyl plank, which we have a good amount of, I'll say, stocked luxury vinyl plank. But I do think it's great to know that if you don't find the one, you have, more options. We can look until we do find the one. These windows on this side are added windows. This trim is a standard trim, and the recessed lights are now standard. But we have upgraded the standard trim, or not upgrade, but changed it. So now our base product is, you have a couple to choose from. You have what we would call a modern, or you have what we call a craftsman. So this 2¼ inch colonial is no longer offered by Adair.
Unless you really want it, we can always custom option it.
I think I have a personal grudge against it because when I built with Adair, they weren't painting. So I painted and caulked this trim, so I
Oh.
see it and it gives me flashbacks. But Adair, of course, now paints inside and outside. So all the things that people complained about over the years that they didn't love to do, we were like, okay, we'll just do them for you. Let's make this a more enjoyable experience. So we've got standard 8-foot tall ceilings in here, and then we did do that wood burning fireplace in the corner. We did a cultured stone and a tile on the floor. As far as fireplaces go, really the sky's the limit, right, Shara? I mean, electric, propane, natural gas,
Pellet stoves.
wood burning, yep.
Yep.
And then you can wrap them. I'm doing one right now that's an electric wrapped in shiplap. So many ways to modify these, make them as much of a statement as you want, if you want.
Yep.
This kitchen.
It is gorgeous.
Okay, let's see if there's a good angle. Maybe I'll pause here. So things to know about our kitchens. We now do a quartz countertop standard. We would do a quartz backsplash standard, a 6-inch tall, just matching the countertop. And then of course, we're gonna do an undermount sink with that. He went ahead and did this full height glass backsplash, which again is an Imser tile. So many ways to really match your personality or the design you're going for with Imser tile. Standard, we do a 30-inch range with a microwave hood. He went ahead and did what we call our modified gourmet. So we did a built-in 30-inch oven, 36-inch cooktop, and then a 36-inch under cabinet hood. And we do, if you're going to get your appliances through Adair, we do Whirlpool or KitchenAid. But of course, there's always the option to just delete the appliances, shop for whatever you want, give us the specs, and then we'll plan accordingly.
Speaking of buying your, excuse me, supplying your own appliances, can we also supply our own pellet stoves or wood stoves if they have brand new something sitting in the box?
No, unfortunately. The idea is that as far as fireplaces go, I think there's, especially with a liability concerning a fireplace, and I'm kind of ad-libbing this, but we want to do all of it or none. So if we're going to do the fireplace, we're going to do start to finish, provide the material, install it, and warranty it. Or we will leave the house as is, and you will have someone come in after the fact and do it.
Well, and the great thing about pellet stoves is you can easily do them and get the permits and everything else without tearing your house apart as well, you
Right.
know? And
Yep.
of course, you're gonna have your blueprints after, so if you do wanna hire a fireplace after or a fireplace company after closing, that's definitely doable, and use your blueprints to get through everything.
Absolutely. Good question. We've got in this kitchen, so cabinets are a standard beach. This door style is one of our standard offerings. So a recessed panel like a shaker or adding a little bevel or doing this flat, these are all within the base price of the house. Um, I believe I should have double checked this, but I think this is our Regent Wood stain or Regency stain. It's one of our really dark stains. It's not actually a paint, which would mean that it's all standard. We have partnered with the cabinet company, Crest Cabinets, who I love, and I love perusing their photo galleries for fun
Mhm.
because they do amazing work. But the beauty of them is that if you want it, we can do it. So if you want a more decorative raised panel type cabinet, if you want multiple paint colors or open shelves or trash pullouts or pull out shelves or wine racks, what have you. Um, there's so many ways to modify the cabinets to make them suit your needs rather than vice versa.
Yes,
Yeah,
and I love this cabinet. It's gorgeous. I haven't seen the Aries door yet,
yeah.
so it's really
Oh,
great.
yeah. Yeah. And it's kind of, I think this kitchen looks really pretty but masculine. I think it was perfect. Well done. But
Um,
oh, go
is
ahead.
there a pantry in this kitchen?
Yeah, you can kind of barely see it right here. And I wish that we would have opened the door and taken pictures inside. It's a swinging door and then four wood shelves. So it's not a walk-in on this one. But there is some pantry space.
And do we have a pantry in our current, floor plan of this?
I don't think
I don't think so. That's
so.
why I wanted
Oh,
is that
is
I
this?
think the little area right there is the floor to ceiling cabinets.
Okay.
Yeah.
So cabinet style pantry, but not a walk-in.
Mhm.
And I think if you were wanting a walk-in, your HOC could get creative. But
And
as
do
of
it under the stairs.
yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
good
because there's
call.
so much storage under there, you could totally make some shelving and
Yeah,
make some storage.
absolutely. Good call. Okay, let's go back to the video. Um, in this kitchen, one modification we made to the cabinets, we went all the way to the ceiling. And I think so you'll see we deleted him on this side. I
Mhm.
think he had plans to add his own open shelves here. I can't remember. As far as the refrigerator goes, since we just zoomed out on that, that is one appliance that Adair does not provide. So we would do the water line and the plug, and then you would bring your own fridge in. So this you can see as part of the pre-walk, they hadn't yet done this edge trim around the tile. So there's still some work to be done here, but I do love how it turned out. Just
Mhm.
again, pretty but masculine.
Yeah, I love that stone choice.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Okay, understair storage here, and this is, like Shari said, it's a big, deep, lots of usable space under there.
And with the new open concept, it's literally right across the street or across the hall from the kitchen, so it's not like you happen to go all the way around if you do wanna use that for food storage.
Yeah, that is a really good point. Okay, I'm pausing here. This is a standard half bath or powder room. We've got brushed nickel fixtures. Of course, we use only Moen fixtures. We've got the mirror and the pedestal sink are standard in a half bath. You could, if you're someone who preferred, like a vanity, you could absolutely modify that. But it's just a nice, clean, cute powder room.
Mhm.
I have done a lot lately of deleting the mirrors. I've been seeing people install their own kind of like picture framed or decorative mirrors. That's been a really common change, at least here in Crestwell lately.
Yeah, for us too.
I love that he carried this floor throughout the whole downstairs. And because luxury vinyl plank is a waterproof floor, it can go in the bathrooms, the utility, all the places. And then stayed pretty standard in here as far as the layout. Although again, we did get rid of the flush mount ceiling lights and do these. They're we call them a faux canned light. They're an LED. Nice big primary bath. Someone had asked to see in the closet, and I think this is as much as we see of it.
Yeah.
As far as the tub goes, I think this is a good place to pause. So, shower in a standard primary bath on our plans that are big enough to have a 5-piece bath, you'll have this walk-in fiberglass shower, and then you'll have this tile deck drop-in tub like you see over here. If you are not a tub person, I mean, we can delete that and get you a credit back, just get rid of it altogether. You could go to a freestanding tub. We could do just the plumbing and you could provide your own tub after construction. Or maybe you want to take up this whole space with just a giant tile shower. There's a lot of ways to make the bathroom work for kind of more what you're after, if this isn't it.
Mhm.
What you're seeing on the vanity is standard though. So we're going to do 2 sinks standard on a primary vanity. We do a solid surface, undermount sinks, and again, those Moen fixtures. I also really love that there's a light over each sink rather than a
Yes.
single big vanity. Oh, we almost saw, oh, we can see a little closet. I'm sorry, I wish it was a better shot. And it is a good size primary.
I've done so many things with this. Like I've made it an actual bonus room downstairs and then did like reconfigured that whole bathroom to where it was, just one big area. It's
Yeah.
crazy the things we can do.
Yeah. Yeah, part of the beauty of this plan too, I mean, it's so efficiently priced because it is really kind of almost a really big rectangle. So price
Mhm.
per square foot is great, and it also makes it so easy to reconfigure.
Yep. Yeah, I say it's my most bang for your buck to be able to get whatever you want into the and still have the 2,000 square feet.
Yeah, that is a good way to put it. I've done a couple investment builds with the Gallatin as well. It's pretty, it's popular, and it's really efficient.
Mhm.
Okay, upstairs we've got 8-foot ceilings again. That same old standard trim package, although we do have the added windowsills. And this is a slightly upgraded carpet. And then you don't see the closet, but the track doors on the closet match the rest of the house. So they're also gonna be that 2-panel like you see there. And yes, that was a linen closet that we just passed by, a nice big linen closet. If you're seeing those vents on the ceiling and wondering what they are, it's probably because I failed to mention that we do the heat pump and furnace standard. So heating and air conditioning are accounted for in the base cost of the home. And then this is the secondary bath. And I will pause right here.
Is that a
So,
different colored cabinet?
no, it's different. We've got the anonymous gray upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah, good catch. So we did the same style of door, that Aries door, but painted it upstairs. And then we've got just one sink on this vanity. All of our secondary baths are standard one sink, although if there's room, you can choose to add a second. And we've got quartz countertops again, quartz backsplash, which this is an upgraded selection, but we do quartz standard now in the bathrooms. No more laminate counters. And then we've got the fiberglass tub shower combo unit, which is standard in a secondary bath. And then that same luxury vinyl from downstairs is upstairs in this bathroom. Okay. Gosh, that's a great shot. So much
Yeah.
light coming into that room.
Mhm.
We added on this one, I'll pause here. We added the 2 side windows as a standard. There were already 3 windows in this room. And we, of course, to take advantage of those views again, we added these big windows over here. But windows and doors, really, the sky is the limit. I mean, you
Mhm.
can make them bigger, make them smaller, add more of them. You can do 3-panel sliders. You could do sliding glass doors, multi-slide glass doors. So many ways to bring in that light if that's what you're after. So this utility or laundry room is going to be plumb plug and vent for the washer dryer, but he provided his own washer dryer here. We did, of course, add that furnace enclosure. And then we added this 5-foot section of cabinets over the washer dryer, and they're painted to match that bathroom vanity. Got the can lights in there. And this last bedroom, added the window, the picture window.
I don't know if I'd ever come out of my room with this.
Right? I agree. Yeah, that view is amazing. Nice last shot of that bonus room. And if I remember right, I think it was his intent to kind of occupy the upstairs and leave the primary downstairs for guests. So he is kind of wake up and walk right into your office kind of a situation. Okay. I don't know if you saw that freestanding utility sink in the garage. That was he had added, which we can put those anywhere. We could do just a rough in for the plumbing if it's something you maybe want to think about down the road. But pausing here because can you see the stepped foundation?
Yes.
This house was built on a slope, which I'll kind of talk about a little bit as we get into the site prep talk. But you can see we stepped this foundation down the hill. And then he's got this taller basically area in the back on the steep side or on the low side, and he added the deck above it. I did not mean to open that. And the shot of the pond. Okay, so we're gonna play it one more time and then kind of talk through the steps, the 5/6 steps to ordering a house. And please throw any questions you have at us. So I say 5/6 because as we've previously mentioned, Adair is now company-wide intending to take over all site work. So if you're familiar with Adair of old, we called it a joint house building agreement where we kind of would go to the property, we say, all right, here's the things that you need to arrange, and then we'll come in and build the house. But again, people were like, we don't love that. We'd like to just kick back and watch our house be built. And we said, okay, we hear you. So we are slowly starting branch by branch to incorporate all the site work too. My branch started about 3 months ago. Shari, you're not far behind, but you're not currently a site services branch, right?
Correct. Yep. Couple
Okay,
months ago.
couple months. So we'll all kind of explain the differences as we talk, but step one, regardless, is financing approval. And the idea there is to know your budget, understand financing for the house, and I think really that answers a lot of questions right off the bat, like how much am I comfortable spending every month, and with that being known, what should be my total all-in budget? We have in-house financing, Adair Financial. We have a 4.875 for a 30-year fixed right now. I think we're trying to get that in front of as many people as we possibly can. So likely you've seen that. One of my favorite things about Adair Financial though is that they do a soft credit pull option. So if you just want to kind of maybe this is like a 2 or 3 year plan and you're just wondering where you're at now for budget versus maybe where you want to be, um, it's never too early to kind of have that conversation, find out what you're currently approved for, and just get the ball rolling on that 5-year plan even. Shari, anything to add to financing?
Just that we have our awesome interest rate. Did you mention that?
I did. Yep.
Okay, sorry, I was answering your question live.
That's okay. Yeah, I saw that you weren't looking, so I like to trap you.
Yeah, I
I'm
get it.
just kidding. I wasn't paying attention. But if you are, I mean, I think we've gotten that interest rate promo in front of as many people as we possibly can. But if say you're a cash customer, we have promos for cash customers as well right now.
Yes,
So
we do.
not a bad time to reach out to your local branch. Step number 2 for both of us is finding and securing the property. So now that you know your budget, you've got the pre-qual for the construction loan, you can go forth and find that right property. Um, we do not help in finding the property, although we do have realtor partners. And Shari, I would love for you to talk about realtor partners if you don't mind.
Yes, I highly recommend talking to your local branch about using one of their local realtor partners because, they're working for you, the buyer, to make sure everything on your property is exactly what it's supposed to be, whether, you need a well and septic or you have city services and, going out and making sure there's no crazy trees or anything like that we need to remove or that the property is actually buildable. So, that's why we trust them because they know what they're doing. So yeah,
Absolutely. And I think every branch has their realtor referrals. So if you
yes.
if you're like,
Hmm.
hey, I want to, know I'm working with a realtor who's done vacant land purchases, call your branch and they'll be like, here's my suggestions.
Yeah.
Uh, and then for those of you that have like your realtor connections and you want to go forward and work with them, like we're happy to talk to them as well if maybe they
Yes.
haven't done a vacant land purchase before. But step 3 for both of us still is the property evaluation. And the idea here is that you have found the property, you've made an offer, you're under contract, but you're in that feasibility or due diligence period.
Mhm.
So we want to best utilize that period by just kind of hitting the ground running on researching the property, making sure we fully know the zoning requirements, and if there's any CC&Rs or easements or what have you. Um, and then actually getting our team out to the site to get boots on the ground and just totally understand your vision. So
Yes.
while you're in that kind of grace period on the property, we want to come out and just make sure it's going to work for what you want to do. Anything to add to that?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I love that we have that due diligence portion because it really helps the buyer make sure that they're going in the right direction. And, we're also gonna bring out our excavator and well guides and things like that if we need to be able to make sure everybody's on the same page all at once.
Agreed. Agreed. Yeah, I think that can be a daunting thing. We don't expect you to know how to develop property or whether or not it's buildable. So that's when we say utilize us. We will go to as many properties as you want us to.
Yes. Yeah, that's our expertise. We know our areas, we know what we're doing, so use us as much as you need to.
Yep. Step 3, I'm going to call it 3B. So this is where Shari and I's programs slightly differ. I would then say, okay, so based on the plan we came up with at that property evaluation, here's what it's going to cost you to develop the property. Shari's guys would say, okay, here's a list of things that need bid. And then Shari would say, and here's the contractor I'm going to connect you with to make sure that they all get bid. So it's just kind of a tiny bit of a simplification, although Shari, you have made it as easy as possible with the
Yes.
program you currently have.
Yep.
Um, once we have a fully developed site development budget, and site development, just so you know, is, you found this vacant piece of property, you want to put a house on it. What needs to happen to put a house on it? So it's going to be like your excavation and tree removal, like Shari said, connecting utilities, maybe putting in a well, maybe putting in a septic, but just big picture to put a house on here. Here's the list of things that need done, and here's what it's going to cost you. And the idea, again, is that you're getting those numbers in that due diligence period. So you can decide if you're comfortable with that budget, you want to continue to move forward with the property.
Yes. Yeah,
But
'cause it really helps us figure out the overall budget all at once.
agreed. Yep. Yep. Then we do a design appointment, which in my opinion is super fun.
The
Uh,
best part of the process.
best part, you get to design your own house.
Yep.
I'm gonna play this again. But the idea is then you know what you spent on the property, you know what site prep's costing you, so then you know exactly how much is left in the budget for the house. And that's when we're gonna go through and talk about any changes and colors and materials and whatever you want to do to make this house your house. Um, once you've designed it, you can order it. And I do love that because I built with Adair and I one of the things that I love is that we produce the concept. So you can see the changes that you made and how they're incorporated into the floor plan. And then you can make changes from there. So you could be like, okay, you know what? Maybe this space looks a little tight now that I've added this walk-in pantry. Let's reconfigure. But the
Mhm.
idea is that you can see line item by line item any upgrade you made and the cost associated, and then also how it affects the floor plan and what your drawings look like.
Yes.
Okay, so you ordered the house. Um, if you are a site services customer, like you would be in Crestwell, um, we then start preparing to build the house. So we are getting your full set of plans, getting your building permits, and then actually sending contractors in and breaking ground to prep for the house. And we are just keeping you in the loop as we do that. Like, hey, we're going to be out there this week, and here's what we're doing. Shari, what's kind of your description of your pre-construction?
Pre-construction, same thing. They're getting their site prepped and ready to build. But as Katie said, we don't just release you and expect you to figure it out, even though you've already got your bids and everything else. We're still holding your hands and helping you through the process. So your pre-construction manager is going to be checking in on you every week and making sure things are getting done and that your subcontractors are getting things taken care of. And then, once your land's ready to go and we have blueprints and permits, we're releasing it to construction and watching that thing go up. And, one of the great things about our program is I do a lot of homes that are not within the state, or a lot of buyers that are not within the state of Idaho yet. And so we have Builder Signal where we're actually sending you weekly updates, photos, and updates from your construction manager saying, hey, look what's going on. And really kind of a yearbook, I say, for your build that you can show to your family and your friends. And so you can keep an eye on the project.
I think that is perfect description of it. Um, and that we're still, Shari and I are the same for the build itself. We're doing everything. So you're going to have these weekly updates, like she was saying, but we're painting and we're cleaning and we're doing dry out. So if you are someone who's currently living out of state and planning to kind of move back at the end of the project, um, it's kind of nice to have this tool to just see what's happening week by week, see the pictures. And then also, of course, you'll have your point person, your superintendent, who's there for any questions as you go along as well.
And if you live in state, I mean, I have buyers live on the property. I have buyers that are out there all the time checking on it. We want you to tell us what you think and how the process is going. So
Yeah. And there's a new initiative, which I maybe don't know quite enough yet about to be talking about, but I'm going to do it anyways. It's the 7 inspections. So we've added, of course, on top of the inspections that are already happening from the jurisdiction, we are adding inspections of our own. And then there's multiple times when the superintendent wants to meet the clients and do a walkthrough of the house, which I think having built myself is so beneficial because, you go those couple weeks without talking, you're like, wait, what's this for? What's this for? We haven't built before. We don't know what we're looking at. So I love all the interaction you have with your superintendent throughout the project. Okay. Are electrical mods like wiring for EV doable? Yes, absolutely. Pretty much electrical mods in general are doable. But yes, absolutely. We
yes,
would
I was gonna answer and via chat, but yes, I'm glad you answered it. And because we can get it solar ready, we can get it generator ready, we can pretty much do it all.
absolutely. I like it. Okay. If there's no additional questions, I think anything else you want to talk about, Shari?
No, I think we covered it today. That was quick.
Perfect. Okay. All right. Well, thank you all so much. We'll be back. We've got more videos on the horizon. So thank you for joining us. Oh,
Oh, wait, we got one more real quick. How much to add hardwire Ethernet? I think is what it's supposed to say.
um, I don't know what Ethernet is, but I can tell you, maybe you do. Standard, we do 2 coax connections and 2 Cat5 connections in the house. Is Cat5 the same as Ethernet or no?
No, I don't think so. I don't know why I'm pulling a blank. But we can also do Cat 6 now, or we can wire for Cat 6.
One says yes.
Ethernet's like the
Yes.
bigger plug.
They said yes. So there's 2 connection standards, and you would kind of just tell us where you want them routed out of the house. And then also, and as much as we say, so the build itself, we'd like you to be hands off. We want to do start to finish. Low voltage wiring is the one thing we will still allow you to do yourself throughout the course of construction. So we would just kind of plan accordingly with the superintendent, get it scheduled, and then that is one thing that you can do before drywall goes up.
Hmm.
Okay.
Believe it or not, Katie and I have been doing this 5 years. It's every once in a while we get a question and we don't know how to answer.
It's Ethernet. Turns out it's standard. Yeah.
Whoops.
Thank you for your help with that. Uh, okay. All right. Well, thank you all, and hopefully we see you at the next one. Shari, as always, thank you so much for hosting with me. You are the
Thank you for
best.
having me. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.